what's up? This is Philly. I'm out here with Indigenous Hip Hop Projects, Melbourne Uni and Deadly Choices. We're in Deception Bay working on a project with a few of the elders at the PCYC, around eye health and diabetes. So check it out.
I think there's been a lot of things that have been covered in the last few days around eye health and diabetes, especially with Indigenous people that are struggling with chronic disease. So I think we've gone through and sort of let the elders sort of forget about their health and address situations that they might find themselves in, when they're struggling with or battling chronic disease, but to also take them out of that zone, put them in their comfort zone and sort of just have a bit of fun and get out there, explore and enjoy music and create a song that they can, that's not only catchy and outgoing, but is also educational in a way as well. So it's been an amazing 2 days with seeing the educational side as well as the physical side of this project.
Floating in the water on a log.
Just be kind. Check the day to see tomorrow. Don't go leaving your family in sorrow.
To have the message come from them is super powerful, and they all, every place we've been, all of them has really spoke on passing this knowledge down to the youth. As that's just Aboriginal culture in general as well. Storytelling is a huge part of our culture, and that is to keep culture strong.
So what I really loved about the workshop is how the elders put their stories into the music, just to make the rest of the community aware of diabetes and eye health.
I do get a regular eye check every 12 months as prescribed by the doctor. I think that's a big part of it. Having this little one here and my little boy who's 5 now, that process for me being around for those guys, and I don't want them to be the 4th generation of diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2. So that's why you make that change and you do that process.
Yeah, it was simple for me when I was diagnosed. I virtually just started my footy career and just made the Australian team. So for me, if I didn't look after my diabetes, I wouldn't had the successful career as I did with rugby league. So it was a no-brainer for me. I had to look after it, and obviously that's doing all your blood glucose testing and administering obviously the medication and insulin as the doctors prescribed me to.
When you attend for an eye test, first we'll start off asking you about your general health. So we'll need to know if you're diabetic for a start, and we'll ask you about your family as well. Health problems that have occurred in your family are more likely to occur in yourself. And if you're diabetic, we'll ask you about your blood sugar control as well and how long you've been diabetic, because the longer you've been diabetic, the more likely that you'll have the eye conditions we're looking for. We'll check your visual acuity, so we'll get you to read the letter chart. And if you can't read it perfectly or well enough, we'll try and put some lenses in front of your eyes to correct it, to improve the vision. So that's when we find out whether you need glasses or not. After that, we'll move on to having a look inside your eyes. Now, if you're diabetic, we will need to put some drops into your eyes that'll open the pupil up. So we can have a good look at the back of your eyes, at the retina, to make sure there's no leakage from the blood vessels. If there's only a little bit of leakage, we may just ask to see you again in 3 months or even a month, and probably document that through taking a photograph of the back of your eyes. With a photograph, you can detect diabetic retinopathy and also document the progression of diabetic retinopathy. So after we've checked the back of your eyes, your retina, we'll check your eye pressure. Eye pressure can indicate whether you have glaucoma. It's a painless process. We may need to numb your eyes, but we'll check that you don't have too much fluid pressure inside your eyes.
To have that yearly eye check, I get it done, and it's done by a specialist, and I'm very, very happy to have that done, because I pride myself in the way I care about my diabetes, and my eyesight's good, my diabetes is good.
For diabetics to take care of their eyes, they need at least a yearly eye exam. They need to check their blood sugar levels, their cholesterol, their blood pressure. Have a healthy diet, take your medications, and do lots of exercise. Healthy lifestyle.
There's many messages that have been shared in the last 2 days, and I think during this week we're going to have a lot of messages come out and take away. But if there's one thing everyone can take away and that we're really trying to focus on, it's encouraging non-Indigenous and Indigenous Australians to go and get their eye checks, and to find out stuff that might be in its early stages of being a big effect in years to come, or not too far away from that. So I guess it's just about getting people to pay attention to their health, and they're too busy paying attention to seeing other things, and they should go and see an optometrist so that they can ensure that in future they can still see.
Check today, see tomorrow.
Check today, see tomorrow.
Check today.
See tomorrow.
So check today, see tomorrow. Is that it?
You should have gave me a guitar.
Yes.
Hold on.
Grab a guitar. Grab a guitar. Yeah. I have a message for all the Indigenous Australians and all the Australians. You need to get your